Today, we're diving into a genuinely high-stakes choice that pretty much every enterprise has to make right now: how to actually deploy artificial intelligence. Look, AI has moved way beyond being just some futuristic buzzword, right? It's a practical, everyday reality. But here's the kicker. Adopting AI isn't just a race to grab the newest, shiniest tech off the shelf. The real challenge we're facing isn't whether to use AI, it's how to adopt it responsibly, securely, and in a way that actually protects your bottom line.
To get there, we've got a solid roadmap for this explainer. We'll quickly cover AI as a strategic assistant, uncover the hidden risks of public AI, explore the private AI shift, talk about connecting your own data, and wrap up with industry impacts on the bottom line. Let's get right into it.
Part 1. AI as a strategic assistant.
We've got to set the baseline by completely reframing how we think about AI. Forget the sci-fi noise about AI taking over human creativity. The most successful organizations out there treat it exactly like a strategic assistant. It's a tool that enhances us, but leaves humans totally responsible for governance, creativity, and the final call. Take manufacturing, for example. The spark of innovation, the deep business know-how, the hands-on knowledge of the machines, that all comes from your people, from humans. AI just comes in to do the heavy lifting, you know? It evaluates alternatives and shrinks the timeline from an initial concept to a full rollout. But human judgment, that remains absolutely crucial to make sure an idea actually aligns with your business goals.
Which brings us to Part 2, hidden risks of public AI.
So, if we're treating AI as a corporate assistant, we hit a massive roadblock pretty quickly regarding where this assistant actually lives, works, and stores its memories. Just ask yourself for a second, how secure is the data you just typed? It's kind of ironic, really. Companies are dropping millions, literally millions of dollars every single year on top-tier cybersecurity and firewalls, and yet an employee might just voluntarily copy and paste highly proprietary engineering code or super-sensitive financial forecasts straight into a free public chatbot just to save 10 minutes. I mean, wow.
When you rely on public AI platforms, you are opening the door to some severe vulnerabilities. We're talking about unknowingly exposing your intellectual property and trade secrets to the world. Then there's vendor lock-in. If a public provider suddenly hikes their prices or changes their API rules tomorrow, your entire workflow could just completely break. Plus, these public tools are generic, right? They aren't customized for your specific business. They suffer from cloud processing delays, which is totally a deal breaker for fast-paced industries, and they have this massive black box problem. They spit out answers without explaining how they got there. If you're in a heavily regulated industry, that lack of transparency is a huge liability.
Okay, Part 3, the private AI shift.
Because of all those risks, we're seeing a massive strategic pivot across the corporate landscape. Companies are ditching generic public platforms and moving toward customized, self-hosted private AI environments. It's a night and day difference. With public AI, you get generic data, you're locked into external vendors, and you're at the mercy of cloud processing delays. But private AI appliances, they offer absolute data sovereignty. That means your sensitive info never leaves your company's infrastructure. Period. It allows for custom integration directly into your workflows and proprietary databases. And honestly, it gives you predictable costs based on what you actually use, not just some random subscription hike.
And hey, since we're talking about speed, we absolutely have to talk about Edge AI. This is where you process data locally, right there on the device, instead of sending everything all the way up to a centralized cloud. For intense, fast-paced environments like high-speed manufacturing, Edge AI is an absolute game changer. Imagine a production line churning out parts, and quality control cameras are using AI to instantly spot defects. If you have a cloud delay of even a few seconds, that could literally mean thousands of dollars in ruined product. Edge AI ensures those split-second decisions happen near instantaneously. It keeps your operations running smooth and resilient, even if your external internet goes completely down.
Moving on to Part 4, connecting your own data.
To really understand the engine powering private AI, you have to remember one golden rule. An AI is only as smart as the data it has access to. And that brings us to RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is just huge for the enterprise. Public AI models only know the general stuff they were trained on. But with RAG, you're connecting your own proprietary databases, CRM platforms, operating manuals, and secure documents directly to your private AI. So when an employee asks a question, the AI actually pulls from your organization's verified, up-to-date procedures before it even generates an answer. It completely slashes the risk of generic or hallucinated answers.
Now, I won't lie, building this internal capability definitely takes some real engineering effort. You've got to tackle data ingestion, teaching the AI to read everything from messy PDFs to clunky legacy databases. You have to continuously update those sources so the AI isn't giving outdated advice. And this is critical. You must strictly implement role-based access control, or RBAC.
Think about it. Without that security layer, a junior intern might ask a simple question and accidentally pull up highly confidential executive HR records. Yikes. Security isn't just about keeping the bad guys out. It's about managing your internal permissions flawlessly.
Let's wrap things up with Part 5, Industry Impacts and Bottom Line.
So how does this choice between public and private actually impact the bottom line across different sectors? Well, let's look at banking and financial services. By using private AI for risk assessment and contract analysis, they're protecting highly confidential market strategies and ensuring strict regulatory compliance, which, by the way, saves them from massive fines. In healthcare, private AI can chew through clinical research and patient records without ever violating confidentiality rules, directly speeding up new drug R&D. And over in manufacturing, private AI powers digital twins and predictive maintenance. This safeguards their critical engineering IP while practically eliminating equipment downtime. The common thread here? Owning your AI infrastructure protects your most valuable assets and guarantees your operational independence.
So the big takeaway here is that you don't actually have to choose between moving fast and staying secure. The goal is to build a system where both can exist together. The most successful organizations aren't just blindly swiping a credit card for another software subscription. They are actively balancing rapid technological innovation with strict, responsible governance. They're making sure AI acts as a secure, strategic advantage that they fully control.
As you navigate this incredible technological shift in your own enterprise, I want to leave you with one final critical question. Will you be content just renting a generic assistant, exposing your data, and trusting an external vendor with your future? Or will you step up, take control, and truly own your AI capability? The choice you make today is absolutely going to define your operational independence for decades to come.